Hey guys, I'm Steven here with the David Green team. I'm a realtor, and I have Anthony here, who's actually, I helped find his first house hack in the Bay Area in Hayward, California. Anthony used to be a former colleague. So Anthony, can you introduce yourself?
I'm Anthony Tran. I met Steven through Aspire Public Schools. Had a great time meeting him and followed up a few years later, and now we're here at the table.
Yeah, so today we're gonna basically ask Anthony a bunch of questions on his first house hack, his experience, how he went through the process. For the newbies out there, house hack is basically a way to offset your mortgage by either renting a portion of your house out, renting a room out, or splitting the home, a single family home, to a multi-family homes and creating a duplex out of it, right? Live on one side, rent out the other, or just buying a multi-family home and just living in one unit and renting out the others, okay? For this scenario, Anthony actually purchased, I helped him find a single family home, purchased it. He converted the home into a duplex. So we're gonna be talking about that process today and his experience going through his first house hack in the Bay Area. So Anthony, first off, what made you want to house hack?
Well, the idea of diversifying my investments and mitigating my risks was really good to me. And then also thinking about not paying rent into somebody else's pocket, especially if I can work the numbers out to where I live rent-free and eventually when I move, can cash flow over that. That sounded really great. And it doesn't really make sense to me to live in somebody else's house and pay them rent when I can live in my own house and have my own mortgage paid for by putting just 5% down on the house.
Okay. So when we started the process, you had some reservations about actually doing the house hack. What was just your biggest fear or struggle in purchasing your first house hack? And like, what made you pull the trigger and overcome the fear of like, would this actually work?
I think a lot of the initial fear was just around the just short-term vision, just thinking, oh no, are these numbers going to work out? Is something with the house going to fall through? And just a lot of fear around that. But, when I zoomed out and just thought long-term, the numbers seemed to work. I had enough capital. It wouldn't, put me in the hole if I had to pay an empty month of rent or something like that. And you helped me figure that out. Thank you, Steven. And so, overall, it just ended up making sense thinking long-term.
Let's talk about your house hack in Hayward. Talk about the home and then maybe go over some of the numbers and the conversion with us.
Let's see. So the house was originally single family, and I think like 30 years ago or something like that, they had added on an add-on to the house. And so luckily what that did was that gave the house two separate entrances already built in. And so all we had to do was come in and put up a wall, and then the house was essentially split up into two separate parts. And then, at the end of the day, I ended up paying for one house and I got two houses.
So let's talk about that a little bit more. So you said put up a wall, and then you made a single family home, which was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath into a duplex, if I'm correct. But now the duplex is two 2-bedroom, one side on one side, and then 2-bedroom, 1-bath on the other. So can you tell us how you went about that?
Well, the vision was the first part. You helped me a lot with the vision. And then just walking through with the contractor, trying to plan it, make it work. On one side of the house, it was split into a 1-1 originally. And then there was a space where we just had to put up 2 walls, and then boom, we had another room. So then we had a 2-1 there. And then, there was just a portion of the house where when they put the add-on in, it just made it perfect to where we could just put up 1 wall, and then the whole house was just split up into 2 2-1s.
Okay. And then what did you do with the other 2-1, the other side?
The other side, it didn't have a kitchen. So figured it out with the contractor, made it work. We put up a kitchen inside of the same space as the main area. And now we have a kind of a studio situation where it's a part kitchen and part living room.
Okay. And so now you have 2-bedroom, 1-bath on one side, and you have another 2-bedroom, 1-bath on the other side. And all you did is add a kitchenette on the side you're living in, okay? And then on the other side, where there was a full kitchen already, you added a wall to block in the dining area to make another bedroom. So now there's 2-bedroom, 1-bath on that side as well. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how do those numbers look? Like, how much did it cost you? Like, let's talk about the actual costs around this.
Not as much as I thought originally, really. And I think that's just through relationships and knowing the right contractors. But at the end of the day, with all of the building I did, which I think would have cost me a lot more, I ended up paying about $20,000, I think, out of pocket.
Okay. $20,000 out of pocket. And then how much did you put down on the home?
That was 50. So I think overall, the whole conversion for buying one house and getting two houses, out of pocket, I think I paid at max maybe 80, 75, 80.
Okay, 75 or 80. So how much is your mortgage? PITI'd.
I think 36, let's just say 3650.
Okay. So how much are you paying right now? Can you explain a little bit how you made it zero?
So renters on the other side take up more than about half of it. And then I just live with other people that I rent with. And the way that I write it off right now in my head is that I just haven't earned it yet. I haven't earned being able to live by myself. And so right now I'm house hacking and just trying to make the most out of rent. Okay.
So let's talk about when you move out in a year or two. And what would that look like for you in terms of your mortgage? Or would you be cash flowing, or would you be paying out of pocket?
Oh no, it looks really good. So if market trends continue and I can do about 2.5K on both sides, that's 5,000 total. And that already is cash flowing 1.4K over my mortgage and expenses. So no, it looks pretty good once I move out, if it all works out.
Awesome. So then you'll be making $1,200 cash flow a month. And then you're going to do it again, purchase another property potentially, and then build a portfolio in that way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Any advice for house hackers, investors, or first-time home buyers in the Bay Area?
Definitely find a real estate agent you trust. Steven's great. He and I had a great relationship. I recommend him. He didn't ask me to do this. Learn the area you want to buy in. Focus on having a good credit score. Have a non-negotiable end goal in mind, so you don't really waver. If you know you want a house hack, do it. Find that house. If you have the numbers, you have the capital, do it. Be flexible and patient. The first house isn't always going to work out. It just so happened that the first house that me and Steven went to go look, I ended up buying anyway. So sometimes that does happen. And manage your finances. So instead of buying a new car for $30,000, use that $30,000, buy a new house.
Okay. Anything else you want to add before we end this interview?
Good luck. There's opportunities out there. If you look for the right numbers and the right house and you know what you want and you just go for it, I think it'll all work out.
Awesome. Thank you, Anthony, so much for joining me today and sharing your experience, because it's very important for other individuals to build their wealth through house hacking as well. So we really appreciate your sharing your experience.
Thanks, Steven.